everyone, and welcome back to Plus Ultra Pitching. Let's get ready to practice our wrist snap together. The first drill that we're going to do today is snapping the ball up to ourselves. So you're going to grip the ball as you would with a fastball in your throwing hand. Bring your hand right next to the hip, right where we want to release the ball when we are delivering it to our catcher. Palm facing forward, fingers facing down. And I want you to snap with your fingers so that your fingers are facing up towards the sky. And try to pull on those seams so you create a lot of backspin with the softball and start warming your fingers up and getting comfortable with your wrist snap. For our next drill, we are going to do the same thing, working on our fingers, snapping the ball, getting a lot of spin. Instead of snapping it up, this time we are going to snap it forward and catch it with our bare hand. Now, you are not going to want to pitch this super fast because you are going to hurt yourself. You want to make sure that you're spinning the ball, and you want a soft enough touch that you can comfortably catch it with your bare hand without hurting yourself, but you can see that backspin on the ball. This time we are going to continue working that forward wrist snap really strong. Instead of snapping it into our bare hands, you're going to have your glove on your glove hand and you're going to snap it into your glove. This time, instead of starting with your hand right next to your body like we did for the first two drills, bring your arm back, swing it back where the elbow is the pivot point. Your palm's going to be facing up behind you, and then snap it and pause so that you can feel the transition and feel how nice and quick you want the wrist snap to be. Focus on keeping the hand as close to your body as possible. In our next drill, we are going to be kneeling on the ground. So right-handed pitchers, put your right knee on the ground. Left-handed pitchers, put your left knee on the ground. Both hips and knees and toes, everything is going to be facing straight towards our catcher. We are going to do the same thing we did with the self-snaps, where we pivot from our elbow so our arm is behind us, palm facing up. You're going to come through and snap the ball. If you are comfortable, you can follow through here. If you're not super comfortable with your follow through yet, just continue pausing at the wrist snap to really get comfortable with a strong wrist snap. In our next drill, we're going to do the same thing, kneeling down the same exact way. Instead of starting with our palm behind us, we are going to start with both of our hands next to our sides, and we're going to do a full circle, meaning that our throwing hand is going to come straight out in front of us. I like to think about painting a wall with the back of your middle finger. So paint a wall right in front of you and then come down and practice that nice strong wrist snap. If you are comfortable, you can add in a follow through here. If you are not super comfortable with a follow through yet, again, pause at the wrist snap and get comfortable with a strong wrist snap. Next, let's stretch out our wrists to cool down. First is to get onto all fours and take your fingers, instead of pointing them forward, face them in towards your body. Feel that nice stretch in your forearm and slowly send your hips back towards your heels to feel a nice stretch. Do a couple of pulses here and then put them out to the side and shift your weight side to side. The last thing that we're going to do together is just sit with our eyes closed and visualize exactly what we want our wrist snap to look and feel. Visualize exactly how it felt when you released the ball at your hips, when you pulled on the seams and got the correct spin. Imagine how nice and loose you want your wrist to be when you are snapping the ball off and then following through, and feel everything that you are doing throughout this practice session. Sit there, think about it, build that brain to body connection, and then come back and repeat anytime you want to practice your wrist snap. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel where we put out new videos to help you learn how to pitch in softball fast pitch pitching, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it so that we can help pitchers all around the world. If you're interested, we also offer YouTube channel memberships where you can get exclusive member-only videos like the ones I'm showing on the screen right here. Thank you all so much. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, Plus Ultra!